Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I had this idea, right? I was playing around earlier and the theme was Sunset Sorcery. It's a relatively new theme, so not a lot of people really know what to do quite yet. Most people either just do a plain old sunset or just a regular old witch theme, right? I always like to do a mix of both for it. And earlier I got this idea, right, that I would make a big witch hat with like a floppy brim on it. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do that. First, of course, I sunset color all of my layers. And I push that bottom one down because I don't really need to use that. And it's going to be part of my landscape later. So from the pastel topper pack, I take out this pointy thing, you know, obviously it totally looks like a witch hat. So for the bow, I always like to put a texture on it. Usually I'll put the little squared out texture to kind of make it look like flannel. Today I just kind of decided to do this fun little pattern because it's kind of whimsically, kind of magical, right? And then I go into my gelatin topper pack and I make them as big as I possibly can, max out the number, and I kind of play with it and adjust it up and down, kind of get it to the right spot. I also do the X rotation to point them down slightly because, you know, we want it to be a floppy witch hat, right? Not just a straight, starched out witch hat. So I always take, for sunset, these little hummingbirds and I make them really tiny and solid black because I don't know if you guys ever drew that bird in school where it was kind of like a bent line in the middle and that was your bird in the sunset as a kid, but I did, and that's what it reminds me of, so just go with it, alright? They make me happy. They make me really happy, so... Anyways, right now I'm taking this side border right here and I'm going to make it look like mountains. I like to put this ombre pattern on it with either a little bit of green or a little bit of purple because it kind of gives that illusion of a real sunset. You know, if you're looking at the mountains in the sunset, you see black and there's always like a little hint of color on the top where the sun touches it, so... I don't know what I was doing right there with those bushes. I got all mixed up there, so don't worry about that. Next, I take the leaves from the animal side border pack, and I like to make them solid black again, so it looks like the sun is hitting them from the back, like a real sunset. I like to make different sizes and push them up and down, and it kind of gives that feeling of like, you know, like a real natural forest. Not all trees are going to be the same size, not all of them are going to be the same distance away, so just kind of play with them and make them however you like, whatever feels natural. I'm going to take some of these bushes from the Woodlands pack, and I'm going to try to make it look a bit more hilly, because I don't really feel like that side, or that pack, I don't feel like blah blah blah. The hills give it enough of like a textured feel, so anyways, pardon me. Alright, I'm going to push this down a little bit because I feel like that was a lot of sky going on, a lot of cake. And I'm going to add a potion as the final touch because, you know, it's not really a witchy magical sunset without a potion, right? Yeah, I always bring a potion to watch the sunset in my witch hat. Alright, thank you for watching.